Wham! Ow! Welcome to the only Drag Race review where we give you the sweet and the shady side of things. I'm Peppermint, and I start things off real sweet, and then Miss Tina Burner gives you the shade. But before we get started, please make sure you click like and subscribe and the notification bell so that you can get updates on programming like this and other fabulous things from the Only Productions. Oh, yeah. So this week we will be reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12, Episode 5. There was a little bit of shade, a bunch of little shade, a little bit of shade, and then the girls get into the challenge. Now basically, there's no mini challenge this episode, so it kind of gets right into it because this one is going to be a big one. Okay, so this week is an acting challenge where we get to see the girls really deliver their chops in acting. So each of the girls, it's kind of I don't know if it's a team challenge or what. It was kind of weird. It felt like it was going to be a team challenge when they split it up. It was a little bit confusing. And I just basically think, like how they're doing the challenges this year, it's a little confusing. It's just how, it's just too many layers. Gigi and Nikki have to pick who gets what part. And I can tell you that is not an easy thing to do. I don't like it. I've done it. I said it in the last one. Having to divide the parts and figure out what everybody else is going to do. You're almost certainly guaranteed to piss somebody off. And that's exactly what happened. In all fairness, it did not seem shady. It's a shame that they didn't get the part that they wanted, but I'm actually kind of happy that they didn't get the part they wanted because I got to see this sourpuss face the whole show. Widow was not happy that she did not get who? Black China. Widow is really, really upset. And that's the thing that no matter what, it was like one of those weird things that they see Widow and she's upset. And then they talk to her and she's like, Mom, I'm not really happy. And then they go around and then they're just showing the other girls. And in the corner, you still see Widow. It's like in a corner, you pan over and you just see somebody sitting in the corner. The camera doesn't even stop on them. But there's Widow. Upset, giving that sourpuss face. She gave that face the whole show. And I loved every minute of it. Some shade that I happened to notice was Nikki was talking about which role to give Aiden, and she straight up called her a ghost. She said, Aiden's got the personality of a ghost. Now, I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Okay, because I'm not that kind of girl. The point is that when Nikki told Gigi that Aiden was a ghost, it was kind of shady. I caught that shade. I could feel it was like a ghost chilling up my spine. So anyway, Widow was obviously not very happy. She said that she could, deal with it and she's, thinking about it, but it was like a ticking time bomb watching Widow. I was like, oh girl, here she go. Widow is upset and I just look at her face and hear I know that she's not going to be happy about this. And she obviously wasn't. So during a walkthrough, she was talking to Ru, and she said that she wanted to play something more serious in the acting world. More serious, darling. And RuPaul was like, on RuPaul's Drag Race? Girl, look at the parts. So here we are only about 10 minutes into the episode, and I'm telling you, Britta keeps coming for Aiden. Now, there is a little bit of truth in what Britta is saying. I'm not going to deny that. But it's starting to get a little okay, we get it. She only has one wig. Fine. That's fine. I get it. But what are we going to do? It is obviously the talk of the town, so it's a little entertaining, but it's starting to feel a little repetitive. Because then, it's let's pick on this other person that what we know might be a weaker link, rather than focusing on, acknowledging whatever weaknesses we have. That's some Freudian stuff for you there. But I don't know if y'all caught this, but during the walkthrough, when Ru got to Britta and then Ru was talking, Britta was hamming it up. Britta was in it. Britta was hey! And then the minute Ru is girl, you better bring it because you was in the bottom too. Britta was you could see Britta's you could see her temperature change. She started sweating and stuff. It was oh, girl, are you okay? But I know what that's like because when I was in the workroom, I dreaded having Ru. I was let Ru skip me. Let this be a group challenge. I don't want to talk to Ru. I just wanted to avoid RuPaul at all costs because I didn't want to get caught. So during the group challenge, or the challenge when the girls are starting to work together, Aiden delivers yet another excuse. You know, Aiden has a lot of patterns to her. First pattern is that damn wig. Second pattern is that damn wig. Third pattern is Aiden, her most used phrase is, well, I'm not from New York and I can't do it like the girls in New York do it. And so don't treat me like a girl from New York. It's like, girl, it doesn't matter where you're from. Girls from all over have slayed. You can slay. Fierceness just doesn't live in New York only. Anyway, let's keep going. So here we are, halfway, now like even more than halfway through the episode, and I swear to goodness, Widow still has that sourpuss look on her face. It looks like she straight up smelled a fart. And I'm just like, oh girl, you have to focus because you're one of the top girls, in my opinion. So now it's the challenge itself where they have to film, and it's Grey's Anatomy. Basically, it's a RuPaul's Drag Race version of Grey's Anatomy, hospital show about doctors and nurses and patients getting sick and dying. And so, gosh. Whew. Wow, they sure lined that episode up.
Coronavirus!
Hey Google, how many years has Grey's Anatomy been on the air?
On the website usatoday.com, they say, Grey's Anatomy production won't resume on the 16th season of the medical drama, which premiered 15 years ago, so the season finale will air April 9th with its 21st episode.
Thank you. So the girls have their parts, they're all in character, and Carson is the director. And, you know, that's so funny because the camera, they show all the girls, they're ready, they're excited, and then you see two girls, Widow, and Aiden. Aiden also didn't want the part that she got, the ghost, but she took it, she accepted, she moved on with it. And then just to see when they show her face, she just looks so like sad. Like they literally showed her face and she's like, like she's really getting into that ghost. I really respect, I'm not trying to rag on her, but I just figured it out. Aiden reminds me of one of the people in the American Gothic painting. You know, those two old people standing next to each other with a pitchfork? They look like they are all the way over it. But you know what? If you're getting picked on week after week by the girls, I would probably have that look on my face too. So I ain't hating, Aiden. So Jada is finally up to do her part. She's up first. And she is all tongue-tied. I'm like, girl, you can't say dicks and anus? Girl, I know you said one of them two things. I heard. Ew. So now we're back in the workroom. The girls have shot their scene with Carson, and now they're getting ready. And they start talking about, you know, their support systems and things. And it was just really a tender moment when Sherry Pie started talking about her mother. And then it got pretty emotional. And then Jackie started talking about her mother, and it got pretty emotional. And then Widow started talking about her mother, and it got very emotional. And then I think my mom was on there, and she started getting emotional. It was like, okay, like they're like laying it on. I mean, it was an emotional conversation. I get that. But it was pretty interesting. It was like emotional dominoes. You're like, okay, who's next? But the girls finish their makeup and they do their thing, and now it's time to get ready. And the girls are coming out on the runway. All of the girls are looking very well put. Most of the girls are looking very well put together. The theme is they have to wear capes and they have to give drama with the capes, darling. Now, most of the girls didn't give drama with the capes, but everybody had a cape. So, you know, it's kind of hard to see. But my favorite on the runway for sure were Britta and Nikki. Britta in this S&M red, Little Red Riding S&M look. And I really liked it. It was very, very signature Domino style. For those of you that know Domino is a fabulous, brilliant designer. Domino actually did my entrance look for season 9. Gorgeous, but the cape wasn't quite, I mean, the cape was so sheer you could barely see what it was. And then we have Nikki, who was giving absolute Terry McGlair realness. She looked brilliant, so gorgeous. And she comes in her cloak, and she kind of drops it right when she gets there. And the judges really did let her know that that really wasn't the best way to go about it. But I do think that she had one of the best looks on the runway. So she and Britta were the two most put together. My favorite two just runways off the bat. But I'd have to say my favorite cape was from Gigi. Gigi was giving Troop Beverly Hills, which is such a funny movie. If you're stuck inside during the quarantine, I highly recommend it. And so that's the look. And one of the things that I really like about Gigi is in all of her fashions, where Jada is fashion and pageant, Gigi is fashion and costume, which is excellent. It's just like really well done because it kind of walks that line. She can add a little bit of camp to it, a little wink and a nod, and it still just looks so chic on her. Part of that's because she's sample size, but even more importantly, every single one of Gigi's looks has a point of reference. Most of mine didn't. So, after all of the girls walked the runway, the winner of the challenge, based on her performance and her looks, was Sherry Pie. Now we're left with the bottom three. And it basically goes down to Britta, Nikki, and Heidi. And the critiques were actually... they were pretty, I think they were pretty spot on for the most part. But one of the things that I can identify with, and you have to see this in the Untucked, Britta was not happy, obviously, that she keep getting put in the bottom. And she really is a very, very well polished queen. And so it is kind of surprising, but something she's doing is not really connecting. Luckily, Britta is safe this round. And now it's between the bottom two are Heidi and Nikki. Historic moment alert! This is the first time, as far as I know, that they've ever had featured the music of an out trans recording artist, which was epic. This week, the song was by the fabulous artist Kim Petras. If you're not following her, then you must not have Instagram. But and it's really an historic moment to celebrate that they have an out trans artist featured. What would have been better for me is if they'd had Kim as a judge. I'm not sure if that's her thing or how she would do, but one of the things that I think is really exciting is to see the girls lip sync against each other in front of the singer who sang the song. So the bottom two, they square off against each other, and sad to say, Heidi brought all that charisma into her personality and into her performance, and she slayed it. The outfit wasn't very good, but she slayed it. And she sends Nikki home. Now's the time of the show where I like to say what you should have done. It's no secret that everybody all season long so far has really been going in on Aiden. And so my what you should have done is for Aiden. Aiden, I really do think so far in this season, the thing that seems to be kind of your scarlet letter is that damn wig. And I just hope that she gets rid of that wig. I just think that don't use that wig anymore until like the very end. I really do think that most of the problems that people have and most of the things, it's just really just their frustration with the fact that you keep wearing the same wig. And it's not even like a styled wig, or it's just a very kind of shake and go wig. And so I think that's what you should do. What you should have done is just pack different wigs and just really try to impress the judges with your wig game. Maybe that's easier said than done. So, do I think Nikki should have gone home? Absolutely not. I actually think Aiden should have gone home. I'm just not the biggest fan right now, and I really want to be because Aiden is such a unique performer. But so far, based on what I've seen from all the girls, I do think that Nikki should have stayed. Even though Nikki didn't do the best in the skit and obviously in the lip sync performance, which is why she did deserve to go home just for that. If something made me feel good, I knew that, you know what? She gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. It's just something, the way she's acting, the way she's hugging Heidi, the way that she's reassuring Heidi. I'm sure that she's very upset but I think that she's really handling it with grace and professionalism. You were the reason why I tweeted about the season 12 girls this week, right after watching the episode, because I just think that you're a class act and I can't wait to work with you. So that's basically everything I feel, but hold your horses. That was just the sweet side of things. And now it's time to get into the shady side of things with Miss Tina Burner. Take it away, girl.
What's up, honeys? We're gonna get right into the episode. This week, Gay's Anatomy. First of all, I love the name, honey. I like anything with gay because, spoiler alert, I suck dick. I want to talk about the runway, actually, because I love me some runway honey. And I was really excited. I was excited to find out that it was Planet of the Capes. Because you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, yes, mommy, there are going to be capes. There is going to be dragging. It's going to look like, you know, Rihanna at the Met Gala. There's going to be that yellow. It's going to be fierce. Well, God made me a bird so I could fly far, far away because there was wings, honey. What is this? Chicken Wing Night Special up on the runway. I loved Jackie Cox's headpiece. Shout out Matt Griffin. The third eye. I thought it was a good concept. But those were wings, honey. It was wings on sticks. Okay, that's not a cape. It's just not. So Britta was a little red. I thought it would be really fierce as fuck if Britta would have been a little red and the cloak, like the whole cape, would have been the wolf skin. A huge fur wolf skin coming out, honey, like you just murdered it and you had an axe in your hand and you just fucking sickening walking down the runway, mommy. Jada Essence Hall. She had this pink fucking dream on, honey. It looked like just fucking pink tire tracks all over her with these big old accentuated shoulders, and she was wearing a what? A cape, which was what? The challenge. So Jan's, I thought was a really, really smart idea to have a little backpack because, you know, it's a little nod to Jan, she who shall not be named, sport. Heidi girl, okay, first off, the cape was beautiful. I think we find out now, though, I was watching something with her posting a picture that she forgot the leotard that went with it. She looked like Catwoman if she had like dragged herself through a Benjamin Moore store. You know, there was just paint everywhere. It just, you know, was a weird concept. Didn't do it for me. Ooh, Crystal Method, honey. Surf, I was in love with this look. She was softer. She had that like pantsuit, and it was a huge dramatic cape. She said, "I am here for the balls." I say balls because she's got two of them. Now listen, I always hate on Aiden on these videos, but I'm going to tell you what. I loved Aiden's idea. I thought the look was fierce. Silence of the Lambs, the Buffalo Bill, all the concept was there for me, honey. Now, if this was the first time I was seeing that wig, I would have been like, you better motherfucking work. But since I've seen this wig 643 times, that's all I can look at. I'm just still looking at your wig. It's time to talk about Gay's Anatomy. All right, this is the acting challenge. So this is where everybody is like, I'm an actor, I'm a fucking drag queen, and I'm an actress. Most drag queens are failed actors because they didn't make it on Broadway. So I actually really liked the script of Gay's Anatomy. Jada Essence Hall, it was a little robotic for me. Jackie Cox, was she not serving you like Sex in the City? It was good. She was just talking to herself, giving me some old school Carrie Bradshaw. Gigi Good is still serving me the Corpse Bride and everything. Britta, it was a little bit a miss for me in the acting challenge. It was very one note, even like they said, they went a little more than it was more like a no. It was more like a no. Not an okay. Can we talk about the shade of Broccoli coming back, honey? Dahlia Sin. They're like, you know what? You gone, sis, but you're here, so we might as well use you. Oh, shit. She's never gonna eat vegetables again. Jan Sport got my life together. I agree with them. I didn't want to see, like, the Parent Trap, because, you know, there's the white girl turned into the white girl. I think it would have been so much funnier if they had a face transplant and it turned you into Widow. You know what I mean? Because that'd be some shit, girl. Heidi and Crystal girl, they were getting me for a fork, girl. They were getting utensil. They were serving me Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast, Realness. I don't know which one was Beauty and which one was a Beast in that. That's a hard one. It's a flip a coin. It was really funny with the fork. I like that. Now, Aiden, I'm going to give you a compliment again. I enjoyed you, but here we go. It can't come without a backhand. Girl, if you're going to wear a wig and you're going to be doing a challenge, don't let it be slipping back, honey. I was watching that whole thing, and I saw your boy hair under that, and it was driving me nuts. All I can say is, Aiden, in the words of Ghost, Molly, you in danger, girl. Is it bad, too, that all I could think about is Gigi was petting a kitten the whole time? Mr. Bigglesworth. I applaud you, Nikki Doll, for taking the challenge and going in and said, I'm going to be goofy, and I'm going to be funny, and I'm going to shine. You look like Pearl to me. like former contestant Drag Race Pearl in this baby makeup. I have no idea why. It is giving me Pearl vibes. I like that she spoke the French, but I don't even think that speaking in 2 languages could have saved you. Which leads us lastly to our lip sync, honey. Now, I'm gonna say one thing about that lip sync, honey. Heidi, your wig. You know better. Your wig came off. Why? Don't you remember, like, back in the day, if wigs were coming up, RuPaul would lose her shit? And now she was just like, it's okay. I expect it. Girls, I ain't gonna tell you. I don't care if you put super glue on your scalp and you gonna rip it. You on national television. You pin that wig down or you glue that wig down, honey. You tape that shit. I want to use you as a Swiffer, honey. I should be able to pull your legs up and sweep my floor and then put you back down and the shit's still on. But, yeah. Nikki's gone. I love Nikki. I think she was sweet. She added a lot. You know, I liked it. But hey, girl, that's just how it works out. I'd have to guess Aiden's probably next. I don't know, girl. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's going to spook us all and go far. But he was a ghost. So, spookity ookity boo on you. And that's it. That's all I got.
Woo! Tina, girl. It is getting hot in here, honey. It's getting hot, darling. Honey, I told you she was shady. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure you click like and subscribe. Share this with your friends and hit your notification bell to make sure that you're getting updates on this and other things from the Only Productions. And for now, my name is Peppermint. See you later.